Welcome to the fourth and last video in the 4-video series of 4 key habits to set your health on track, or BEEP. BEEP stands for Bible Study, Eating Healthy, Exercise, and Prayer. And it has made a big difference in my health, spiritual as well as physical, since I've started to really walk the talk. This video, we're going to focus on prayer. What it is. In Philippians 4:6, it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Prayer builds your spiritual strength. It can include praise, confession, thanksgiving, or appeal. Prayer puts you in contact with God, who has more power than you could ever imagine. When you pray, God hears you and fills you with the power to do things you never thought you could. What it's not? Prayer is not just for highly spiritual people. God delights to have you to come with Him with your requests. You don't have to be, quote-unquote, good enough to pray. Prayer is not talking to others, reading or studying. It's not doing something. You need to just let everything inside you get still and, just still your mind and listen for God's voice to emerge. Prayer is not just about you talking to God, but God talking to you. With prayer, you can have a private audience with the Lord. An intimate dialogue goes on inside, where there may not be an audible voice, but spirit to spirit. So we're going to focus today on a style of prayer called the 5-finger prayer. And what this is just to give you an outline of things you can pray for. So starting with your thumb, which is nearest to you, you can begin your prayers by praying for those who are closest to you. And they are the easiest to remember. The next finger is the pointing finger. So you want to pray for those who teach, instruct, and heal. They need wisdom in pointing others in the right direction. The next finger is the tallest finger, and it reminds us of our leaders. So pray for the leaders in business and industry, administrators, and government. These people need God's guidance to shape our nation. The fourth finger is a ring finger, and it's in fact the weakest finger. So it should remind us to pray for marriages and for those who are weak, in trouble, or in pain. Lastly comes our little finger, the smallest finger of all, which is where we should place ourselves in relation to God and others. By the time you've prayed for all the other 4 groups, your needs will be put into proper perspective, and you'll be able to pray for yourself more effectively. Some questions to keep in mind when you're thinking about prayer. How much time each day are you currently praying? When do you feel called to pray? And do you have a specific prayer time? With whom do you or would you usually pray? And do you pray with others? How much time are you able to commit to prayer? Where, what, and when would inspire you to pray? And where would be a quiet place to pray? So thanks for hanging out with me for these 4 videos, this video series. I hope you enjoyed them. They're just little snippets. If you're interested in more training, I do have free webinars, things like stress management, the call to care for our bodies, getting started with strength training, and more. Check out my website for upcoming webinars. I also have a free podcast. It's called Health Matters, and every week I interview a new expert. So if you want to learn about the different experts that I interview, you can check out my website. And I also have articles and posts on my blog that are released every week as well. So come on over. So visit www.kimberleypayne.com for webinars, podcasts, articles, and more. Blessings on your journey to health.